Here's a little of what I learned during our 20 days of prayer and fasting. Part one, less is more. We ended our fast last night, and one of the things we had been taking a break from was dessert. And I love dessert, you guys. I love ice cream. I love baked goods. If it's sweet, yes, please. And so I was ready to break this fast we had some cookies, we had some ice cream. We were ready to go for it. And counting down the time to midnight, got our treats ready, and I started taking a few bites of a cookie, and I was ready to go to town on this thing. But man, after I just got a few bites, I felt like I had had enough. It was just so sweet, good, but sweet, and I just didn't need as much as I thought I did, really. And before the fast, I could have crushed that cookie and 3 more like it. But it made me realize, we sometimes get overexposed to things, and it makes us numb to how those things affect us. And this also applies to stuff like the news and social media. You need a little bit of news to be an informed citizen and to be involved in society. And as a Christian, we want to be salt and light to this world. So we need to know what's going on in the world. We're in the world, but we're not of the world. But yet I think we get too much of those things, and we don't realize how the negativity and the fear-mongering of the news can affect our hearts. I heard people say, I stopped worrying about the world. I stopped waking up in the middle of the night with anxiety by taking a break from the news. I think we can get overexposed, and we have to recognize that although the news can be a good thing, they really make their money and it's by getting you to come back for more, And they do that by stoking fear, stoking concerns, stoking even outrage over what's happening in the world. And, I've lived now through multiple presidential cycles, wars, earthquakes, hurricanes, housing crisis, pandemic. And although those things are bad, and there are aspects of those things that are tragic and sad, it's usually never as bad as the news portrays, to be honest. And so I've learned that there are just a lot of things happening in the world that are not necessarily unimportant, but there are things I don't need to know about. I can trust God to be on the throne and take care of the world without me knowing every single thing that's going on. And there are some people, I just want to encourage you, your life would be so much more filled with peace if you would take a serious look at how much news you consume. The other thing is social media. It can be a good thing, and I did miss social media a little bit during this time away, but I noticed that I think I can spend too much time on social media and be overexposed. A little bit can be good, but less is probably more. I don't need to know every time someone has a bad day. I don't need to know every time someone has a bad experience with a customer service representative. I don't need to know every time someone says something bad about me. It's just not good for me. It is good to know what's happening in my friends' and family's lives. And I like knowing what's going on in the lives of people in my church family and in my community and other pastors that I love. But I don't need to know everything. And so maybe sometimes we spend too much time exposing ourselves to social media. And I would just encourage you that what's good for your body, your heart, and your mind is probably a little less of some of these things. Have you been overexposed? I know I have. I need a little less. Those things are good, but they need to be enjoyed in moderation. I hope this is helpful to you. God bless.